Hello, everybody. You know who I am. I don't have to tell you. For those who haven't been here, I'm Glenda with Fralins and Friends. Crest Plus. I didn't want to leave that out. We have been going through the Old Testament and following the Israelites from Abraham, when God promised him all the land where he was standing, in the land that is now known at this time that we're studying as Canaan. And then his son was Isaac, and they had twins, and Jacob was the second twin, but he tricked his dad into giving him the birthright, which his brother had already agreed to. It's complicated. But you can go back and kind of hear me tell it or see me do. A lot of times I'll talk while I'm drawing or painting. And I've been making these little booklets of, hold on, this is the biggest one. And it's all the paintings that I did. Now, it's never about the painting so much. That's just to help with the story. But, so, with people, I'm not that great, but I try. And I hope I'm getting better. But this is the escape of the Israelites from Egypt and their journey through the desert, and how God was with them the whole way, and yet they rebelled and rebelled and rebelled. Every time they got a little, problem, they rebelled. And Moses had to twice go get the commandments. And there was a lot more than the 10, but the 10 are the ones that we basically concentrate on. A lot of the commands he gave at that time were because of the way they lived at the time. And because a lot of them were intense and stuff, and a lot of it was how to build the tabernacle. God is very, very, just like with Noah and building the ark, and what animals to bring in and everything, God can be very, very specific in the Old Testament when he's telling people how to create something. And so he gave them instructions on how to build the tabernacle that would go with them, because they did get to see, and Moses got to see into Canaan, which was across the River Jordan, but he was not allowed to set foot. That was because, well, for one thing, an incident where he disobeyed God, but also because he needed to continue leading the Israelites. God was ready to just, he told Moses that he just wanted to kill all of them that came out of Egypt, and the rest of them could go in. And Moses talked him out of it, and instead they had to wander through the desert for 40 years until all those who had lived in Egypt and been slaves, who thought that they had it better there because of all the stuff that all the amenities they had, even as slaves, and then they would be ready. Then they would be ready to go in, the ones that were left. The younger generation, who would now be getting to be the older generation, would now know that it's time to go in to the promised land, and they would not be belly aching about Egypt. because most of the ones who would have even remembered Egypt would have still been children at that time. So, we are ready to enter Egypt. And I am not painting it yet. I plan to do that, but I'm trying to figure out how to. So I want to do some drawing. And you can give me some feedback on this. The first chapter of Joshua. It is a scene. There is a scene that can be drawn from it. I'm just trying to whittle that down and to my level. Basically, I'm trying to whittle it down to my level. Joseph can cross the Jordan with all the people, but the soldiers are to go with him first. I'll give him a shield and a spear, maybe. And then they would have their spears. Okay. Here's all the people that are going to be following him across the Jordan into Canaan. So is this a good way to paint this? Or should I have the soldiers on this side in Canaan and the people waiting here? That's my dilemma. And how I can get it all on this. Something like that size. But that I'm not so worried about getting it on a small size. After all, I did that one. But this is my thing. Should I draw the soldiers? They do really look like soldiers, don't they? Should I put the soldiers on this side with Joshua, and leave the people over here until they've, cleared the place? I think I'd maybe put the soldiers over here, because that's what the first chapter talks about. It talks about Joshua leading them in, but he wants them to take the soldiers first. You let me know what you think. This is a cooperative effort here, is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping I can count on you to be a cooperative effort on this. So, if you would kind of help me out on this decision with the soldiers and Joshua, and letting the people stay on the other side until they've gone over and checked it all out and did whatever fights they had to do. That would help me a lot. Because they had no idea how to take care of themselves when they left Egypt. This whole time is a learning experience for them. The whole time that they're in Sinai, through those 40 years, that's all a learning time for them to learn how to take care of themselves. And as the children are growing up, they are learning these things because they have to. And sometimes that's why we let our children go when they grow up. Because they have to learn to take care of themselves. I love you all. I really do. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and click on that notification bell and give us a thumbs up. This is going to be a fun chapter. This is going to be a fun story to tell, to paint, and for you to take part in. Because I want you to be interactive in this. So tell me what you think I should do with this. And if I should draw the River Jordan on a diagonal, or if I should do it more straight. That kind of stuff confuses me a little bit. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Good day.